Greetings. My name is Sasan Tavasoli. I'm an Iranian Christian from a Shiite Muslim background. I came to faith in Christ over 40 years ago. And for the last 30 years, I've been a leader in the Iranian Christian church, in the diaspora, and among the Persian communities in the house church movement in Iran. My friend Jay Smith has asked me to share for a few minutes my reflections about the war that's happening between US, Israel, and Iran. I know there are many important conversations that are taking place in America and in the West about this war, about the global consensus for this war, the legitimacy, the reasons and justifications for this war. And those are all important conversations to have. But I would like to ask you to also listen to the perspective of the Iranians in Iran and around the world. Obviously, I cannot speak for 90 plus million Iranians, but according to Abbas Milani of Stanford University, the Iranian regime, has between 10 to 12% popular support. So over 88% of Iranians would like this regime to be removed. They would like a free democratic Iran. 88 to 90% of Iranians. So for the Iranian population, the vast majority of Iranians, tens of millions of them, in Iran and around the world, and in the Christian community, they view this war not as a war against the people, but as a rescue operation. Iranians believe they have been taken hostage by a group of core leadership of the Iranian Revolutionary Guards. They've been crying out for change, for reform, and every time they come out to protest peacefully for change and reformation of the regime cracks down on people. In January of this year, in 400 cities and towns around the country, people came out to protest against the regime and call for freedom and democracy. The regime cracked down on the protesters, and according to many news outlets, about 40,000 people were massacred in 2 nights. 40,000 people were killed in 2 nights. Unfortunately, this massacre did not get a lot of news coverage in the West. But that was the final red line for Iranian people about this regime having no legitimacy to rule the country. But the Revolutionary Guards have all the guns and all the power, and they're not going anywhere. The Iranian regime has been destroying Iran for many decades. Iran has been falling apart in so many ways, socially, politically, economically, culturally. Inflation, unemployment, corruption at every level of government, unaccountability, vast amounts of money and financial resources, the wealth of the nation, has been spent on nuclear program, ballistic missiles, supporting radical militias around the Middle East. There is no accountability and no transparency to the Iranian people. So people have said, enough is enough. We no longer want to be ruled by the mullahs. So Iranians cried out for the rest of the world to intervene, to rescue them from this hostage crisis. So that's the view that many Iranians look at what's going on. Obviously, we are not a bunch of warmongers. Nobody wants to see their countries being destroyed. But they believe, tens of millions of Iranians, that there is no other choice because the people don't have any guns to defend themselves. There is no other choice for outside forces to come and intervene on behalf of the people. So please listen to the cries of tens of millions of Iranians in the conversations that need to take place also in America and around the world. Many Iranians have lived under the dictatorship and the evil tyranny of the Islamic regime. This is a regime that wants to spread Islam with its jihadist ideology. This is a regime that from day one has said Israel needs to be destroyed and wiped off the map. This is a claim that even the Ayatollah Khomeini made in the beginning of the Iranian Revolution. This is a regime that is going after nuclear weapons, and the world cannot allow Iran to get to to have nuclear arms. And so the regime is not only a danger to the people inside Iran, but it's a danger to the Middle East and the rest of the world. Now, in terms of what's happening with the church in Iran, for many decades, I've been speaking to the church in America that Jesus is running around loose in Iran because of people seeing the corruption, the radical evil of political Islam under the Islamic regime. Many people are done with Islam, many Iranians, and many are searching for peace and answers. And in the midst of their spiritual search, they are coming to find peace. They are coming to faith in Jesus, the Prince of Peace, whether it's through dreams and visions, miracles, answers to prayers, whether it's through modern technology of satellite television, digital platforms, and social media. Jesus is transforming the hearts of hundreds of thousands of Iranian Muslims. So in the midst of all this chaos and suffering, please pray for freedom for the Iranian people and pray for the growth of the gospel among the Iranian people. Thank you.